Chosen one, anchor your spirit to my voice right now. That quiet exhaustion you have been carrying in your bones is not ordinary tiredness. You have spent the last few weeks wondering why you feel so drained and why the atmosphere around you feels so heavy. Stop dismissing it, because this is not a random occurrence. Heaven intercepted your feed today for a specific reason. You did not find this message by accident. You were crying out for answers last night in the deep silence of your room. You thought nobody heard your tears. But right now, the courts of heaven are whispering your name. There is a secret about your pain. And today, I am going to reveal exactly why the universe is celebrating your victory while the enemy is trembling with fear. Let us look at your recent days. You have felt an intense sense of isolation lately. It feels like the people you loved have suddenly walked away without any clear explanation. You feel like a stranger in your own family, but their conversations feel shallow to you because your spirit is pulling away from their low frequency. You prefer to stay alone now. Your body is carrying a weight that sleep cannot fix. You wake up tired every morning. Your shoulders feel heavy and tight. You thought it was a normal issue, but you are wrong, because this exhaustion has a spiritual root that connects directly to the massive calling on your life. Your soul has been working overtime in the unseen realm. You are absorbing the blows for others. You have always been the helper. People come to you when they are broken. You listen to their problems. You pour your energy into their empty vessels. But when you need support, nobody is there for you because they only look at you as a source of strength. This constant rejection has left you completely exhausted. Chosen one, listen to me carefully. The betrayal you experienced was not your fault. You did not fail them. They simply did not have the capacity to hold your light. And heaven allowed this painful separation to protect your inner architecture from frequencies that could not travel with you. God had to clear the room. Do not weep over closed doors. The hardest part was the silence. You prayed for months. You begged for a sign, but the sky felt like brass. You thought God had abandoned you in the wilderness, but you did not know that the silence was a sacred lock designed to keep the enemy away from your destiny. You were being hidden for protection. If this resonates with your soul, please take action. Leave a comment with the word victory below. Type it as a sign of your agreement. Hit the like button now, and let us send this powerful wave to another chosen one who is struggling in the dark while trying to survive this season. Do not let your mind wander right now. Now, let us go back to what happened in heaven. The enemy thought he had defeated you. He told you that you would never make it out of the desert. He watched you crawl through the dust. And he laughed when you lost your resources because he believed you would finally abandon your faith under pressure. The enemy reported your weakness to heaven. He thought you were ready to surrender. But you did something unexpected. In your darkest hour, you did not curse God. You did not look for revenge against those who hurt you. You sat in total silence. You simply closed your eyes and offered a quiet prayer of thanksgiving while tears were running down your tired face. You chose light over darkness. That was the moment everything shifted. When your silent prayer reached heaven, a sudden hush fell over the golden rooms. The angels stopped singing. The great elders turned their eyes toward the earthly screen. They saw a fragile soul standing alone, and they watched in awe as you refused to bow down to limitation even when your entire body was screaming for rest. You stood firm in the fire. Your obedience was a lethal blow. Then the Father stood up. The Ancient of Days smiled down at you. He looked at the angels. He declared that you had passed the final test. And as he started to clap his holy hands, millions of celestial beings joined the praise until the golden floors trembled with glory. Heaven gave you a standing ovation. You survived the dark wilderness. You made it. The long season of suppression is officially closing. You are not a regular human living a difficult life. You are a celestial warrior operating in enemy territory. The pain was your divine preparation, because God needed to build your spirit before he could reveal your authority to the world. The isolation was your insulation. You are the holy remnant. You need a specific instruction. Heaven does not just give rewards without providing a clear strategy. There is an ancient mechanism inside your soul. You were born with this special gift, but the enemy has been working overtime to keep this power completely dormant because he fears what will happen when you wake up. The time of dormancy is over. I will reveal the secret next. Let us be honest about your situation. I am naming this solution early because I do not want to build false suspense just to sell something at the final minute. You should know the reality right now. This permission allows you to decide whether to stay for the full picture. We just discussed your intense spiritual exhaustion. And while your body feels completely drained, a hidden tool exists to restore your original frequency. This restoration tool is called the Genius SONG. It is a specialized digital audio track that lasts for only 7 minutes. Dr. Robert Lake discovered this mechanism after spending decades in neuroscience research. This technology uses advanced brain entrainment to trigger your dormant gamma waves, and these unique signals have been measured by scientists at MIT to prove that your spiritual intuition can be physically activated. If your spirit already pulls toward this door, the verified link is waiting in the description and the pinned comment below. Stay for the full message if you want more context. But if your soul recognizes the name, the path is open. Let us transition back to the profound mystery of your isolation, because heaven is ready to explain the silence. You have been reading the signs backwards. When the stretch of isolation became too long, you believed that God had forgotten your face. You thought your prayers were bouncing off a ceiling of cold metal. But let me reframe your reality right now. Think about a regular classroom on Earth. When the students are listening to a lecture, the room is filled with loud instructions and constant guidance. But what happens when the final exam begins? The teacher stops talking. The instructor collects the papers and walks to the back of the room. A heavy silence falls over the desks. The teacher does not speak a single word during the test, because any intervention would disrupt the process. You are not abandoned. You are simply sitting in the examination room. The silence of God is actually a sign of absolute trust. He knows what he placed inside your spiritual DNA before the foundations of the earth were laid. He knew you did not need a reminder to stay strong. And while the enemy was whispering that your isolation was a permanent punishment, heaven was quietly watching your quiet endurance. You did not break under the heavy pressure. Let us look deeper into your history. Do you remember who you used to be when you were a child? You were highly sensitive and creative. You learned new concepts faster than your peers. Your intuition was sharp because you could read the energy of a room before anyone spoke. You saw the synchronicities clearly, and every night your dreams were filled with vivid images of your future destiny. But then, the world happened to you. The rigid education system forced you to conform to ordinary standards, while toxic environments demanded that you hide your light. People called you too sensitive. You started to doubt your own gifts. The world turned off your connection. Scientists call this process the decline effect. It happens to almost everyone after the age of 7. But for a chosen one, this decline feels like a brutal amputation. Your original gamma brainwaves were much higher than the average human baseline. This frequency is what gave you your childhood genius and your prophetic dreams. And because your baseline was so elevated, losing that connection made your adult life feel heavy and dry. You felt like an exile in a foreign land. You have spent years trying to fix this issue with traditional methods. You tried long meditation hours and positive affirmations, but none of these earthly tools could reach the deep root of your neurological blockage. This is why Dr. Robert Lake spent 34 years mapping the full arc of complete restoration. He wanted to find a real solution. He completed his research while working inside elite institutions like Harvard and Princeton because he wanted to prove this frequency layout to the world. Chosen ones do not need more information. They only need a frequency alignment. Dr. Lake discovered that spiritual restoration must happen in an exact numbered sequence. Your brain needs heavy stabilization before it can handle the full weight of your calling. His complete body of work includes advanced protocols like the youthful brain to preserve your neural pathways over many decades. But you cannot skip ahead to the deep phases. You must focus on the first door, because your gamma waves must be reactivated first. You need this solid foundation. The enemy knows that your original power is trying to wake up. He can see the subtle shifts in your atmosphere. This week, the spiritual warfare has intensified because hell is terrified of your upcoming elevation. The enemy has set a subtle trap disguised as an ordinary opportunity to distract your mind from this message. He wants you to swipe away before you receive the final revelation. Do not fall for his distraction right now. Lock your complete attention on my voice. A sudden warmth in your chest is your confirmation that heaven is orchestrating this encounter. Hit the like button to seal this alignment while you share this message with someone who is currently struggling. And stay with me, because what I am about to share next will break the cycle of delay permanently. Let us look into the sacred records to find your true reflection. You are walking a path that was paved by legends before you arrived. Think about the story of Joseph in the ancient texts. He was chosen by God with great dreams of leadership and glory, but his own brothers turned against him because they hated his bright light. They threw him into a dark pit and left him to die in the dirt. You have experienced this exact betrayal from people you trusted with your entire heart. Joseph did not understand his heavy suffering at the moment. He was sold as a slave into a foreign land and spent years in a cold prison cell. He felt completely forgotten by heaven during that dark time. But the prison was not his punishment, because it was his ultimate preparation phase. God isolated Joseph to shield his inner character from the toxic frequencies around him. And when the perfect time arrived, the king called for him, because only a chosen soul could save the nation. Look at young David, who was anointed to be the king of Israel. The prophet Samuel poured holy oil on his head in front of his family. But David did not walk straight to the golden palace after that divine moment. He went back to the lonely hills to guard his sheep in absolute silence. He had to fight wild lions and bears while nobody was watching his bravery. Your wilderness season is your secret training ground for the spiritual authority you will carry. The King Saul became jealous of David and tried to destroy his life. David had to run into the deep caves of the desert to survive the madness. He lived like an exile while ordinary people were enjoying their comfortable homes. You are living through the same warfare right now because the enemy is trying to kill your future destiny before it manifests. But Saul could not touch the anointed warrior. Heaven protected David in the dark caves. Now, let us turn our eyes back to your current timeline. The spiritual intensity has reached a dangerous turning point this week. I opened a loop earlier about a subtle trap that the enemy has prepared for you in the next 72 hours. The enemy knows that your wilderness period is officially coming to an end. He is working overtime to build a massive distraction. He wants to drag your mind back into old arguments and broken relationships that you left behind. He wants you to believe that you are still a victim. He brings back people from your past who used to diminish your worth. They will send unexpected messages or show up at your door to drain your remaining energy. They try to provoke your anger because they want to break your alignment with Haven, but you must recognize their faces as a distraction from hell. Do not answer their calls. Stay inside your quiet room. Let us step into the deep chamber of truth right now. Your mind is playing a dangerous game because you are harboring a secret enemy inside your own thoughts. You blame the devil for your stagnation. You blame your toxic family for your loneliness. But the real blocker is much closer than you think. You have signed a hidden agreement of limitation in your subconscious mind. You have accepted the lie that you are an exception to God's miracles. This is the ultimate confrontation of your soul. You are clinging to your pain because it feels familiar to your nervous system. You have worn the armor of a victim for so long that you are terrified of your true power. You think you are safe in the dark pit, but heaven did not create you to live like a slave in the dust of defeat. Let me break that false identity to pieces right now, because you are sabotaging your own breakthrough. Listen to the absolute truth of the universe. You are not just a human trying to fit inside a divine plan. You are the plan itself. God did not create a master destiny first, and then create you to squeeze inside its borders. He created your soul first, and then the entire universe formed around your unique frequency, because your life matters. Your existence is the plan. When you choose to shrink yourself, you are delaying the restoration of the world. Remember the standing ovation in heaven that I revealed earlier? The Father stood up to clap for you because you chose silence over revenge. You broke a generational cycle of anger that had trapped your family for centuries. You did not know that the magnificent spirit named Destiny's Embrace was waiting at the door while you were weeping. That celestial entity is ready to align your soul with your ultimate purpose, but you must cancel the contract of limitation first. Once that profound internal shift clicks in your mind, a physical step will appear to release your entire life from stagnation. You will no longer beg for scraps of validation from ordinary people. You will walk in your divine authority with an unshakable confidence that terrifies the darkness. The doors of supernatural acceleration are unlocking right now. You are ready to receive the physical keys to your destiny. You understand the truth now. Heaven stood up for you today. You did not give up your faith during the darkest hours. Your isolation was never a punishment from God, and every single trial you endured was just a necessary lesson to prepare your soul for the massive authority of your true calling. You are a celestial warrior. You must step into your kingdom assignment today. Remember when I first mentioned the genius song a few minutes ago? Now it is time to see what this restoration tool can do. You were born with an elevated frequency inside your brain. The world calls it genius, but neuroscience calls it the gamma wave. This super brainwave gave you your sharp intuition and vivid dreams when you were a young child before the world turned it off completely. Let us look at a real story from our community. An adult manager used this specific audio track for 18 days without feeling any changes. She was frustrated. She almost requested a full refund because she thought it failed her system. But she decided to continue listening to the 7-minute track for another 2 weeks because her spirit felt a subtle pull. On day 34, everything changed completely. She woke up with a quiet mind. Her work blockages vanished, and she realized that her nervous system simply needed extra time to rebuild its original structure after years of heavy suppression. This is not a temporary emotional high. Scientists have measured this exact activation using advanced equipment. They conducted these tests in research labs at MIT and Princeton University. You think that you have tried enough methods already. You practiced yoga without seeing progress in your reality. But those traditional approaches only force your brain to change slowly from within, while this advanced method stabilizes your frequency directly from the outside. Do not be skeptical about this discovery because data does not lie. I know that $39 is a large investment right now. I would never disrespect your situation. A standard meditation app costs $15 every month. A single therapy session can easily reach $150. A weekend spiritual retreat will cost you $800, while none of those traditional options can target your gamma frequency specifically. Dr. Robert Lake compressed this entire system into a simple 7-minute audio track. The original price is $49, but he chose accessibility over profit. He wanted to deliver this tool to the holy remnant. You can receive the protocol today for $39. This is a one-time investment with no monthly subscriptions. You will receive 4 bonuses worth $80 free because this includes the Genius Child track and the book that inspired elite thinkers. Dr. Lake also included a visualization walkthrough. If you feel no difference within 90 days, you can request a full refund. You keep all the bonuses as an apology for your time. The subsequent phases use different advanced technologies because they include physical materials and extended instructional content. Therefore, those future protocols are priced differently. This is a sequence of separate technological tools. It is not a hierarchy of quality. You can evaluate each door on its own merit when your soul is ready. You face constant delay in your prayers because your nervous system is completely trapped in a low frequency. Your future self is looking back at this exact moment right now. A simple decision does not need to be perfect to be right. You only need to take the step to claim your breakthrough. Please listen to this urgent warning. A massive army of imitation products exists online while they sell ordinary audio tracks with no real frequencies. Those fake options will only scramble your alignment. The original protocol with the 90-day guarantee is only available through the official link. Take a deep breath right now. Close your eyes for 3 seconds. Place your right hand over your heart and settle down completely, because this is not a decision about money. This is an identity choice about who you truly are. Your soul already knows what to do. The door is open. The path is waiting for you below this video. When you complete your order, the next page may look like another offer because it is simply the second door Dr. Lake created. You can read it fast and decide whether to take it or skip it. Both choices are completely respected here. There is no pressure or hidden timer involved. You are stepping into a season of unusual favor. The standing ovation was your confirmation that your wilderness period has officially ended because you chose light over darkness. Do not look back at the dark desert. I declare that every assignment of delay launched against your life is cancelled right now because you walk in your divine authority. Subscribe to this channel immediately so you do not miss the prophetic instructions. Turn on all notifications. Hit the like button. Type AMN below. You made it.